Hi, my name is Cameron Norwood, and I'm a senior about to graduate from Walker Valley. Job 2:10 says, "Do we only accept good from God and not adversity?" This is my favorite verse and the verse I live by every day. Growing up, I didn't really know God. We didn't go to church very often. But I did used to pray. I prayed for stuff like, "Oh, Lord, please help Tennessee win this football game." Or, "Can it snow so I don't have to go to school tomorrow?" But finally, this summer, I got real with Jesus when a friend invited me to church. And on September 4th, 2022, I was baptized. This was a huge moment in my life, but I didn't understand what it truly meant to be a Christian. See, in Job, God let Satan take important things away from him to test his trust and beliefs in God, saying, "Very well, he is in your power, only spare his life." The story of Job really spoke to me because I've always struggled with right or wrong, and I had family members who, because of certain reasons, didn't come to church or questioned why. See, it took some difficulties in my life for me to truly seek God and look for him. I started praying more and speaking the word, and after learning about the story of Job, I really wanted to be the reason why my family got back into church. Now today, my family is coming to church for the first time as a family for the first time in years. And both my sisters have given their lives to the Lord and been baptized. All it took was a friend to invite me to church. I encountered Jesus, and it changed my life. I live by the story of Job, and God uses me to inspire people and take people to him, lead them, just like my twin sister, Addison.
I'm his sister. My name is Addison. I'm a senior at Walker Valley High School. And like Cam said, growing up, our family never really had time to go to church. We always worked on the weekends. Well, my parents worked on the weekends, and we were always busy by a constantly busy schedule. So I didn't really have a relationship with God. I knew he existed, but chose not to believe. And I had tons of friends in my life who believed and followed God, but I had this idea that you had to be perfect in order for God to love you. And I was dealing with a lot of anxiety in my life, so because of that, I just thought he could never truly love someone like me. I first came to First Baptist when my brother, my sister, and a couple of friends of mine had invited me to a silent disco night the church was putting on, or the student ministry was putting on a Wednesday. I loved it. I had so much fun, so I continued to come back. But even though I was here and I was in the room, I still battled with the idea that God can never truly love me. Because like I said, I had so many insecurities and I was dealing with anxiety in my recent years that because of that, how could God truly ever love someone like me? Has anyone else ever felt like that? Graduating is super stressful. You have a lot of people you have to answer to, a lot of last-minute decisions that have to be made. And because of this, it was causing all my anxiety to get way worse. So I would just constantly pray to God, asking him, "Where do you want me to go in life? Put me on the path you want me to go on." And that weekend, I decided in February to attend the Lift tour that was going on. And the speaker, Ed Newton, was touching on a topic that God knows what path is going to happen in your life. And that's exactly what I needed to hear in that moment, because earlier that week, I had found out that at that time I didn't get into my dream college. So I knew in that moment that God was speaking to me. I connected with a Bible character named Martha. She had anxiety and she was struggling to be perfect for Jesus. And Jesus responds to her worries in Luke 10:42, saying, "Martha, Martha, you are so worried and bothered about so many things, but only one thing is necessary." And that thing that being necessary is Jesus. That weekend at the Lift tour, everything clicked for me. I was so consumed by my insecurities and anxiety that I completely missed God trying to grab my attention. So I stood up, went to Jenny, and on February 26th, I got baptized. And my life has changed so much since then. I've learned that you don't have to be perfect in order for God to love you, and that he wants you to bring all of your worries and all of your insecurities to him, and that he should be the center of our attention. And when God is trying to get your attention, don't miss the opportunity. I'm going to end in a verse, Philippians 4:6, that says, "Don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God."